Coming up on Cronkite News, thousands rally across the country for the 10th anniversary of DACA and call for permanent immigration reform.
Plus, fine forgiveness, libraries are taking steps to be even more accessible to readers.
And later, meet the Rolettes, a professional dance team working to empower and uplift women with disabilities.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Lauren Green.
And I'm Taylor Corlew. Thank you for joining us. A historical milestone was marked in Washington, D.C. Elsa Horteris is in the D.C. Bureau with that story and other news from the nation's capital.
Wednesday marked the 10th anniversary of DACA, or Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. The program delays deportation for some undocumented immigrants, but that Obama-era policy has never been put into law, and advocates want to change that, as Daisy Gonzalez-Perez reports from our Washington, D.C. Bureau.
It's been 10 years of DACA, but it hasn't been enough, and we need a permanent solution now.
Yesenia Romales, a 29-year-old from Phoenix, has had DACA since it was enacted in 2012. But there are millions of other undocumented immigrants in the U.S. who are not covered, which brought protesters to Washington this week.
It has definitely granted me a lot of opportunities, but it's also shown me that it's not a permanent solution and it's not an encompassing solution to our whole community.
DACA provides temporary relief from deportation for those who were brought here to the U.S. at a young age. The renewable protection allows recipients to seek employment, get a driver's license, and more for 2 years at a time. But that protection is not permanent, something advocates say has to change.
DACA is a temporary relief. It was enacted as such, and a permanent solution, it's due, way overdue now.
Advocates say one way to do that would be to pass the Dream and Promise Act. It would make DACA permanent, but also expand coverage to others.
We know that DACA is not enough. There are too many people who are living with uncertainty in their status in this country, that face deportation, that live in fear, and that are hiding in the shadows of our society. I think it is time we end that.
It would benefit me because I wouldn't have the cloud of concern and worry over my head constantly. You know, you're having to plan your life in 2-year chunks because that's how long your visa lasts for. And
that bill passed the House but stalled in the Senate. Jesus says Chicanos por la Causa will continue to fight for its passage, something Romales said is long overdue.
I think more than just asking for a pathway for us, it's remembering that there's more than 11 million undocumented people, and all of us need to have that weight come off of our shoulders.
In Washington, Daisy Gonzalez-Perez, Cronkite News.
The White House did release a statement yesterday celebrating DACA and its recipients, calling for action on legislation to make it permanent. But there has been no word from Congress on if a vote on the Dream and Promise Act is on the horizon. Also in Washington, President Joe Biden signed an executive order aimed at protecting LGBTQ youth. Some of the provisions within the order include protecting children from conversion therapy, as well as placing safeguards on programs that work towards suicide prevention with queer youth. The order also created an initiative for protecting foster youth. The president made sure to give a reminder to LGBTQ youth as well in his remarks.
My message to all the young people, just be you. You are loved. You are heard. You are understood. You do belong. And I want you to know that as your president, all of us on this stage have your back.
A new national task force was also announced yesterday, working to prevent online harassment and abuse, focusing on LGBTQ Americans, as well as women who are often more targeted online. That's it for our Capitol News Wrap. Back to you, Lauren.
Arizona Representative Raul Grijalva says one bill doesn't go far enough in its protections to the Supreme Court. Grijalva was one of about 24 Democrats who voted no on the Supreme Court security bill. The bill would potentially extend security to the justices' family members. And there was another version of the bill that extended security to the Supreme Court staffers, but Senate Republicans opposed it. Grijalva expressed concern at the speed Republicans went to protect justices and not children from guns. He also says he would have supported the bill had extended protections to staffers. An IRS complaint has been filed against the Phoenix-based group Turning Point USA for their financial and political ties to GOP candidates, including Kari Lake, one of the Arizona GOP candidates for governor. According to the Arizona Republic, the Democratic group that filed the complaint believes Turning Point violated its nonprofit tax status by, quote, overtly engaging in a broad range of intermissible political interventions. The 8-page complaint highlighted Turning Point's support of candidates like Donald Trump and GOP candidate Kari Lake here in Arizona. Turning Point USA is a nonprofit that advocates for conservative values on school campuses. The complaint comes nearly 3 weeks before Arizonans are expected to start voting for midterm primaries.
A recent vote from the Phoenix City Council added enough to the Phoenix police budget to make its officers some of the highest paid across the valley. The budget for the Phoenix Police Department is up $63 million from last year, giving a grand total of $850 million. The 51% pay increase was done to attract more people to the police department. But according to the Phoenix city manager, 50% of Phoenix's vacancies come from the police department alone. He also says he doesn't believe another department is experiencing the staffing loss that the police are having. Activists have taken to the streets in protest of these pay raises, saying the money could have been spent on things like heat relief or housing. If you've been avoiding the library because you've racked up some pesky fees, you might want to give it another chance. After the break, we'll tell you if your local library is implementing some fee relief.
Also, we'll give you an update on the pipeline fire and what closures you can expect.
Your favorite member benefit is getting better and bigger.
This is wonderful.
Over the next year, Passport is adding new shows and doubling the number of episodes for you to stream.
They give us all that they've got.
From your favorite cooking and travel series.
Even the stairs are breathtaking.
To history specials and award-winning documentaries. Better and bigger.
That really is the fun part.
Stream on any device with Passport on the PBS Video app.
Every day I wake up, my first thought is, how can I serve this community?
The biggest hurdle was not taking PTSD personally.
Would you welcome, please, the amazing.
Everybody that watches this, they say that I am the greatest that they've ever seen.
And that's the way it is. Monday, September.
Newscasting has changed a lot since the time of Walter Cronkite. That's why here at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, you can learn the studio production skills of today in real time. Whether you want to work audio, direct, technical direct, design graphics, or you can even run the floor. It's all part of the Television Production and Graphics Lab here at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. We're going on in 3, 2...
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station.
Sign in and start streaming today.
If you left the library when the pandemic first began, it's going to be worth a revisit to the shelves. Libraries are continuing to try and get creative and offer more services to the community than ever before. Cronkite News reporter Jessica Herrera tells us how readers can feel more at ease when visiting the library.
Library systems are eliminating overdue fees for cardholders. It's an effort to get everyone back into the library.
Phoenix was rather unique. We were the first in the valley to discontinue charging for overdue fines, and we actually implemented that in the fall of 2019, right before the pandemic.
Other libraries are also eliminating overdue fines, including Chandler Public Libraries, which hopes this will benefit readers of all ages.
This is a really great thing for kids, for readers, for anyone who enjoys, library services.
Those generally impacted by library fees are the most vulnerable members of the community.
typically the segment of society that is most adversely affected by having fines on their library card is children. And, their ability to get to the library is often determined by a parent who, for, no fault of their own, may not be able to get back to the library on time. There could be mobility issues or transportation issues.
In addition to eliminating overdue fees, Chandler will reduce the cost of printing thanks to equipment upgrades.
So it's gone down to 10 cents for black and white printing and 25 cents for color printing. And, absolutely that is a huge benefit to students, to job seekers, all kinds of people who might not have internet or a computer or a printer at home.
Librarians hope that socioeconomic barriers won't stop anyone from enjoying safe spaces like this anymore.
Libraries should be serving everyone equally.
According to the American Library Association, eliminating fines increases library card usage and doesn't impact library budgets significantly. In Phoenix, Jessica Herrera, Cronkite News.
Replacement fees for lost or damaged materials are still in place at most libraries, even those that have eliminated late fees. A bill to offer state-funded private school vouchers to all Arizona students made it through a crucial hearing yesterday. The bill still needs to pass before the legislative session ends on June 30th. The voucher expansion is tied to new funding for K-12 schools. Republicans have been working for more than 10 years to expand the program, which allows parents to use public money to pay for private and charter schools. But public school advocates say Arizona schools are underfunded and that vouchers will make that even worse.
Parts of the Cocosino and Kaibab National Forest will be closed this weekend due to fire danger. The pipeline fire continues to burn with nearly 25,000 acres destroyed. The Cocosino National Forest says the fire is now 27% contained. Wildland fire crews constructed fire lines, helping to stop the fire along the Highway 89 edge. Governor Doug Ducey declared a state of emergency in response to the fire, allowing the county help from the state and receive more funding. Let's check in with Jessica Herrera in the Cronkite Weather Center to see if the weather for the week is going to help slow the fires in the north.
That's right, folks. Our friends in Flagstaff feeling a slight relief because they're going to be feeling those low wind speeds up to about 2 miles per hour and a storm that might be coming on through the state. We are going to be feeling those high heat temperatures up until about 8 p.m. tonight. That's going to be the most part of southern Arizona. And towards tomorrow, 110 degrees in Phoenix, 102 in Tucson, and 106 in Yuma. So make sure that you are staying hydrated and safe during that time. In the evening, you will see 110 degrees and 109 towards your dinner time. And at nighttime, clear skies, 100-degree temperatures at 10 p.m. Looking over to the weekend, which I'm very excited about, 98 degrees on Saturday with a 20% chance of rain. Definitely looking forward to that one. And for the rest of the week, it's going to be quite sunny with some very light coverage on Tuesday. So make sure if you're going to be going outside that you apply on that sunscreen, but that you're limiting your time outdoors. From the Cronkite News Weather Center, I'm Jessica Herrera.
I'm Ethan Ryder. Coming up after the break, I'll have your Cronkite Sports Report. A D-backs hot prospect is now one of the hottest hitters in the lineup. The rise of Alec Thomas up next.
Your favorite member benefit is getting better and bigger.
This is wonderful.
Over the next year, Passport is adding new shows and doubling the number of episodes for you to stream.
They give us all that they've got.
From your favorite cooking and travel series.
Even the stairs are breathtaking.
To history specials and award-winning documentaries. Better and bigger.
That really is the fun part.
Stream on any device with Passport on the PBS Video app.
Every day I wake up, my first thought is, how can I serve this community?
The biggest hurdle was not taking PTSD personally.
Would you welcome, please, the amazing.
Everybody that watches me, they say that I am the greatest that they've ever seen.
And that's the way it is. Monday, September.
Newscasting has changed a lot since the time of Walter Cronkite. That's why here at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism, you can learn the studio production skills of today in real time. Whether you want to work audio, direct, technical direct, design graphics, or you can even run the floor. It's all part of the Television Production and Graphics Lab here at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism. We're going on in 3, 2...
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station.
Sign in and start streaming today.
Welcome back to the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Ethan Ryder. The U.S. Open teed off today at Brookline. Last year's champion Jon Rahm will look to defend his title. The former ASU star also pledged his loyalty to the PGA Tour amid the start of the controversial LIV Golf Series. Many of the big names, like fellow ASU alum Phil Mickelson, defected to the Saudi-backed league, but Rahm says he's made enough money already and plays for the love of the game. He says he's interested in playing against the best in the world for the history and legacy, and right now that is on the PGA Tour. Alec Thomas was once the top prospect in the Diamondbacks minor league system. Now he's a regular starter in the big leagues and is currently riding an 8-game hit streak. Cronkite News reporter Kyle Betts has more on Thomas and what he's doing in the show.
Alec Thomas is one of the game's youngest rising stars. At just 22 years old, he's already earned himself MLB Electric Play of the Week honors, robbing Joey Votto of this home run. Thomas has also slashed 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. He's only been in the bigs for a month, but it's safe to say Thomas has found his way as an everyday starter in center field and the bottom half of the lineup.
You know, I always wanted to start off hot no matter where I am, especially in the big leagues. So to have some success here has been great, and just going to keep on riding it out.
Thomas was called up from the Diamondbacks AAA affiliate, the Reno Aces, on May 8th. He was the Diamondbacks' top prospect entering the 2022 season and was ranked the number 31 prospect by Baseball America. Thomas is also already enjoying major league perks compared to his experience in the minors.
Plane rides awesome, more bus rides, good foods, no more sandwiches on the go or whatever.
Thomas is off to a strong start after 1 month in the majors, but it's also his clubhouse presence that has made veterans take notice.
So he's a great kid, he's quiet, he want to learn, he had fun, he played the game the right way. So I like the way he's doing, I like his defense and the way he's swinging.
As a 2018 second-round pick, Thomas is taking advantage of his time in the big leagues while giving the Diamondbacks a boost with consistency. In Phoenix, Kyle Betts, Cronkite News.
Thomas and the Diamondbacks will be back in action tomorrow night at Chase Field against the Twins at 6:40 p.m. The Arizona High School Basketball Showcase of the Summer tips off today in Glendale. Section 7 will host 229 high school teams throughout the weekend. Spread across several courts in State Farm Stadium, high schools from 12 states will play in the tournament. Duke, Kentucky, and UCLA are just a handful of colleges who will be in attendance, along with nearly 500 other college coaches. Tournament play starts later this afternoon and runs all weekend. Another Arizona State Sun Devil signed a big-time NIL deal. Wrestling standout Colton Schultz joined WWE's second next-in-line class. Cronkite Sports reporter Ian Sachs has more on what it means for the heavyweight.
Colton Schultz is one of 15 college athletes to sign on to WWE's Next in Line class, the company's name, image, and likeness program. Schultz, who was runner-up at the NCAA National Championship this year, signed a 5-figure deal in which he has to promote WWE on social media and make occasional appearances.
As soon as you get a name like WWE texting you, it was super exciting. Definitely an opportunity I wanted to see how that was going to go and look into that for sure.
Schultz, who has been wrestling since he was a toddler and grew up watching WWE, will have access to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, a state-of-the-art facility. He will also receive training in brand building, communications, event promotion, and community relations, all aspects of being a WWE superstar.
So I can almost get my name in the same conversations as some of those guys. It's just just feels crazy. It doesn't even feel real.
For Colton Schultz, this WWE NIL deal takes him one step closer from this wrestling mat to the pro wrestling ring, but he still has some unfinished business here at ASU.
Still building, still trying to grow in college wrestling, and haven't won a national championship yet, so still got a little ways to go.
Schultz is competing in the Senior World Championship later this year. The ASU wrestling season begins in November in Tempe. Ian Sachs, Cronkite News.
Finally today, another ASU coach is leaving. Head coach cross-country Coach Patrick Henner makes the jump to Georgia. That is now 3 head coaches who have left ASU athletics in just the last 2 weeks. That's it for today's Cronkite Sports Report. Back to you, Lauren.
Coming up after the break, we meet the Rolettes. See how this professional dance team's goal is in empowering women with disabilities and attracting people from all over the world.
Shows and doubling the number of episodes for you to stream. For the first time ever, our most popular programs have been selected just for you.
But there's so much more.
Whether you like to travel,
Wow.
feast,
And calories don't count.
look back,
That is me.
discover,
You know the whole story.
there's something for everyone.
Let's get to it right away.
Stream on any device with Passport on the PBS Video app.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communications Phoenix Sports Bureau provides students with hands-on learning experiences and opportunities in sports journalism. From covering local high schools, colleges, and the pros, students get the opportunity to go live from our Facebook shows covering local, collegiate, and pro sports in the Valley. From digital reporting, broadcast, social media, and producing, there's opportunities for all. For more, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
It's prime time on your time. Watch Prime Afternoons every weekday on Arizona PBS. Did you miss a show in the evening? Then catch up on Prime Afternoons, your favorite dramas.
No more bloody heroics.
Antiques Roadshow.
Really?
Nature and Nova.
It's time to reintroduce some wonder into this miracle of nature.
All of the best from PBS on Prime Afternoons. Weekdays starting at 1:30, only on Arizona PBS.
Cronkite News provides students at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism with the opportunity to gain real-world experience in the newsroom. At Cronkite News, our students produce professional content for audiences by taking on all roles, whether they be reporting, anchoring, producing, or studio production. Each department gives students first-hand professional newsroom experience. For more information, visit cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Stream the best of PBS on any device with the PBS Video app. All your favorite drama, history, science, news, and documentaries, all in one place. Watch your PBS station live or catch up on the shows you missed. Discover new favorites from PBS and locally produced shows from your station.
Sign in and start streaming today.
What started as a way to make friends has turned into an organization that provides an uplifting and inclusive community for women who have a disability. Cronkite News reporter Madison Thomas has more on how the Rolettes are breaking barriers.
You don't deserve to feel alone because there's someone else out there that's going through the same thing as you.
Rolette's founder and CEO, Chelsea Hill, was injured in a drunk driving accident.
When I was paralyzed at 17, I didn't really know anyone else with a disability that was my age and that was like me. And so I reached out to a few girls on social media and invited them to my hometown to dance and hang out.
That was the start of what has become the Rolettes. Since then, the dance team has performed at professional sporting events, grown a large social media following, and annually hosts the Rolettes Experience.
I think what keeps me going is seeing all of the faces at Rolette's Experience, seeing the girls that have never traveled for the first time, or never traveled in general, or seeing the girls that have never met another person like them, and the smiles that that I see.
The Rolettes Experience is a 4-day event for girls of all ages who use a mobility device. It includes seminars, dance classes, panels, and guest speakers.
I call it like the core of what we are. It's the thing that brought us all together. It's really just about community, connection, and sisterhood.
Maya Hendricks attended the Rolettes Experience for the first time in 2019, and it is something that has had a huge impact on who she is today.
I rolled into a room of 175 women in wheelchairs at eye level with me. It was one of the most amazing feelings that I've had in my life, let alone since being injured. It was really somewhere I could connect with everyone.
The group relies heavily on sponsorships and donations to put on the Rolettes Experience and currently has a GoFundMe account.
I never want money to be the reason why someone can't attend something like this, because you know, it really is life-changing for people in so many different ways.
Chelsea has big goals for the Rolettes. It not only attracts women from here in LA, but all over the world. She sees it as the #1 place for women with disabilities to come together. In Los Angeles, Madison Thomas, Cronkite News.
Registration is open for the 2022 Rolettes Experience, which is taking place July 21st through July 24th in Los Angeles.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.